Hello, everyone. I do want to apologize. I am feeling 100% better, but I still have a little bit of a cough, and sometimes I sound nasally, and the last parts of it. And so basically, what happened is when the temperatures change every year, whether I'm in Colorado, Tulsa, or even when I was over in Europe, I would always get a sinus issue. I don't call it an infection because it's not always an infection. Sometimes it goes into a sinus infection, which is what happened this time. And then it went down into my chest and just really messed up my breathing. I didn't have pneumonia or anything that drastic, but I felt like I did. So I still have a little bit of a low voice, a little bit of coughing, a little bit of nasal, I got my tissues ready. I got my coffee here in case I start coughing. So, but anyway, I'm feeling 100% better. It came on me really quick and I'm on the tail end of it. So I did not want to wait to do our mystery crochet along. And so we started it yesterday and I'm really excited about it. I'm going to tell you about that in just a minute. First of all, we need to clink in. So I've got some good old-fashioned coffee. My Folgers that I love with a little bit of a sugar-free Irish creamer in it. I've been drinking so much tea, and it's herbs and spice type teas. And this morning I woke up with a really bad headache, and I was like, oh man, why do I have a headache? And then it dawned on me I hadn't had coffee in a little bit. My body's like, you're addicted to coffee. You need to drink some coffee. So I got up, made a big fresh pot of coffee, and just sipped on it a little bit. And before long, what do you know? Headache went away. That's a confession. I do believe I am completely addicted to coffee. Not only do I enjoy it, I love the smell of it, and my body needs it. Alrighty, so clinkety, clink, clinkety, clink, clink, super clink. I do love me some coffee. Alright, so I want to tell you about what happened with my Pioneer Woman yarn. I actually put an order in for this. This is 9 different colors. It's 100% cotton. It has, like I said, 9 balls, and each ball has 170 yards. And it's a number 3 weight. Okay? I ordered that, and I'm going to show it to you more over on this other camera in a minute. And then I ordered, 4 of these in yellow. I didn't get yellow, I got red. But what's so funny about it, I'm going to tell you more about it in just a second. I'm going to show it to you close up. But what happened is, a week ago Saturday, I went in and ordered it. I changed it to the address we're living in right now, the house that we're living in right now. I put the order through. The email came and it said, your order will be delivered in Colorado in 4 days. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't live there anymore. So I went in and I canceled the order. Okay, I completely canceled it. And they're like, thank you for canceling your order. You can reorder anytime, blah, 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 blah. Okay, no problem. So I didn't even think about it. I went in to check on my PayPal to see if they had given me back my money about 2 days later. They had. I'm like, no problem. Okay, so then I get a notice that says, your order has been delivered in Colorado. And I'm like, that's weird. I canceled that order from Walmart. So I called the lady on the 1-800 Walmart line or whatever that they give you. And then anyway, I called a friend of ours, or I contacted a friend of ours named Joe, who was watching our Colorado house. He mowed the lawn and did some other things to around the house to make sure everything was good and everything was fine. And so I texted him. I said, I think my packages have been delivered there. And he's like, oh, I'll go check. So he goes and talks to the new owners. Yes, they're there. And so he packaged them up and sent them to me. And when they got here, I realized that I needed to go back in and pay for them and everything. Well, then I go back in and check, and what I thought was them reimbursing me wasn't. It was actually them taking it from me from my PayPal. So I did pay for these. So isn't this a crazy story? So then I'm like, oh yay, I'm gonna get it. So he sends it to us. He's a great guy. He's been great friends with us when we were in Colorado. I really hate that we couldn't bring him and his family with us. But anyway, I opened the package, and first I opened up the cotton, and I'm like, yeah. And then the second package I opened up, and the yellow was so bright and beautiful online, and it was the red, which is okay, but I really wanted the yellow. But I'm going to click over to this other camera because I want to show you. These are the two that came in. Move this. I was just going to show you this. This is the Pioneer Woman's calendar book. This one is a 2022 and a 2023. I picked this up for $2 at Walmart. And you know how I love calendar books, and so I will be able to use this one this whole next year. I just thought you might want to go see. There's a whole bunch of Pioneer Woman stuff on clearance at my local Walmart. Okay, so now this is what came in. Like I showed you, this is 9 different colors. I'm going to turn this over because it lists the colors right here. Flamingo, coral, jadeite, I guess. It's a real light green. Bright blue, yellow, teal, which that kind of looks gray on there, and linen. Okay, so there's 3 of the linen ones. Here's that light green and that teal and the bright blue, and then like a lemon yellow. This to me, this is like a mango orange and a bright pink. I really love this. I think this is a great gift. A little more expensive than I would have paid, but it has come down in price online. And I want to say that it was $17, maybe $18. I can't remember because I didn't keep my receipt. It's in the box for this. It's really nice. It's a number 3 cotton, 100%. And like I said, each ball has 170 yards. And I think this is really nice. I think it's priced pretty well, and I really like it. Okay. Now the other thing is I ordered 4 of these, which I ordered them all in yellow, but I got all reds. And I don't know if you can see this or not, but it's a nice thick yarn. It has little flecks of white in it. And so I can use this at Christmas, and I can always order some more yellow. Now I have this laying here for a reason. On this, it's called Tonal Velvet Yarn. The color is red, Pioneer Woman, 96 yards on each, which is, where's my ounces? 10.5 ounces. And as I'm looking on here, I could not find anywhere where it put it in a yarn weight category. Okay. And so it's 100% polyester. And so I was like, I don't know. It looks like about a 6 to me. So this is the blanket yarn we've been using for our project this week for or I've been using. You can use any blanket yarn you want to. That is a bulky 6. And so you can see that it's a little fluffier than a 6. But I'm going to say it's about a 6. Maybe a 6.5. You know me and those half sizes. They aren't real, but I add them anyway. And it is a really nice yarn. It's beautiful. It's bright. And I'm going to say that I got 4. And I want to say I paid $28 for 4. And so for these big ones, that's not bad at all. Okay. Now, I did contact Walmart because I'm annoyed at them. Not because they didn't send me the right yarn or the order got mixed up. Things like that happen. But what I'm annoyed at them for is that Pioneer Woman is here in Oklahoma. I'm in Oklahoma, and Pioneer Woman is here in Oklahoma. But I can't find any of her yarn or her crochet hooks. Remember we talked about the crochet hooks a couple of weeks back? They're sitting over there, but I don't want to go off camera to get them. You can go online at I was going to give you my email address. You can go online and go to walmart.com and just put in Pioneer Woman crafts. You can put in Pioneer Woman yarn. You can put in Pioneer Woman crochet hooks, and her stuff will come up online. But they're not in the stores anywhere around here. And I've had tons of people email me and message me and tell me Pioneer Woman is crochet, the yarn and the crochet hooks are in their stores. And I just don't understand why they don't put them in the Oklahoma stores. I think that is odd. So I'm planning on contacting her myself this afternoon. Actually, I have it on my notes. I am going to send her an email through her company and ask her, not tell her, I would never dream of telling her because I just love her to death. Ask her to please have them put her yarns and crochet hooks in our Oklahoma stores. And the thing is, a lot of people are saying, I didn't even know she crocheted. Well, she doesn't. This is just her brand. And the crochet hooks are Boy brand, Boye. And if I'm not mistaken, this is Lion brand. Because it feels the same as theirs, looks the same. What it is it's her colors. That way you can make things that go along with things that you have made. Just like she doesn't really sew that much, but she has fabrics and notions. And those are things like if you want to make a tablecloth, you can buy the Pioneer Woman print and make a tablecloth to go with the Pioneer Woman dishes. Things like that, okay? So I did not find the yarn to be over expensive any more than any of the other yarns because yarn as a whole has become expensive. If you go into any of your stores that carry yarn like Hobby Lobby, Joann's, Michael's, and even Walmart, the yarns, everything's gone up. I mean, that's just how it is. But the thing that's important to me isn't the name or the brand of the yarn, it's the quality. And so I find this yarn to be priced relatively fine compared to other of the same. Okay, and I love that we can get some of her colors to go along with some of her things. Part of that is I am going to be using some of her things for my new kitchen. And so I'm not going to buy the dishes per se, but some of the different things I'm going to use as some of my inspirations. Okay, and so it's kind of the difference between maybe buying a Walmart brand opposed to buying, say, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a brand, Lion brand. You're going to get a little more higher quality if you buy the Lion brand opposed to the Walmart brand. And I'm not knocking Walmart brand. I've used it sometimes. I'm not a big fan of it because I don't like the way it feels and I think it stretches too much, but that's just my own opinion. Okay, I was reading what Donna had to say, Donna Baker. She said they don't have any of the Pioneer Women things in their yarn department. And one of the things she mentioned that I have noticed also is the yarn departments in Walmarts now really stink. They really, really do. And it's really sad because there are so many more people who crochet and knit now than used to. If you look at a lot of the clothing that are in the stores, especially now that we're going, through fall and eventually into winter, there are lots of handmade hats and gloves and scarves and sweaters and ponchos. And a lot of these things are popular again, and we need our yarns. I'm not above, just like this, ordering it online. But sometimes when you order online, you're not really sure what you're getting. Because when you look at colors online, depending on how your monitors are set, the colors can be off. And you don't know how soft or scratchy it is. And so we really like to touch our yarn, Yeah, Olivia says hers is still nice. They have a hard time keeping it stocked. You know, a lot of Walmarts have gone to not having their fabric departments or their craft departments as big also. And I think that's sad as well. Because I used to love to buy lots of buttons there. And I found one tiny little area that's like on the, it's called a sidekick of like the end cap. And then on the sides, like this little hanging basket. One little thing of buttons. And I think that's sad because, you know, I love buttons too, you know. And so what they're doing is they're telling us that our craft, our yarns aren't important to them. So there's probably not a lot of money in it for them because the bottom line for a department store is money. That's what they're there for. And that's why I love Michaels. I've always loved Michaels. I've always loved Hobby Lobby. And I really like Joann's as well. I love it too. But I haven't been to the Joann's here yet. And I've only been to the Michaels once because they're far away. You know, because this is Hobby Lobby land. And I love Hobby Lobby. Don't misunderstand me. But I really love a lot of the Michaels yarns, the Impeccable, and a lot of those yarns. I think it's Craftway or Craft Smart yarns from Michaels. They've changed them. They have a lot. It's a lot softer yarn, a lot more colors, and I really love what they've done. And I absolutely love Michaels yarns. So I wish that there was a Michaels a little bit closer than 45 minutes away. So, but anyway, I mean, I know what those feel like. I can order those online, but a lot of this other stuff, especially when they come out with new yarn, we don't know. And if you're like me, I budget what I spend on yarn every month. I kind of have an idea because I can write off some of it if I use it for giveaways or in doing my videos. I can write off some of that, but if it's for personal use, I can't. And so I want to know what that yarn is going to feel like. And we won't know until we touch it, right? So anyway. Yeah, I don't know, Carlina saying the Walmart her Nebraska is sad also. And that really makes me sad because yarn and crochet and knitting is such a growing craft. It's such a growing art. Maybe we all need to get together and start calling and writing our local Walmarts and tell them, bring back our yarn, And in reality, I cannot even find a Red Heart yarn except at Walmart unless I want to buy it online. It's not at Michaels or Hobby Lobby. They have their own yarns. And so I think Joann still carries it. But like I said, I haven't got to visit this one yet. Craft Secret. I think that's what it is. Anyway, I love Michael's new yarns. And they're the same brand. It's just they've made them so much better. They have striping and ombres and speckles and everything else. And also, Michael's carries a lot of the cake yarns from Karen. Some people call it Caron. I just call it Karen. I don't care what you call it. It's gorgeous yarn. And so, the only place that I have seen Pioneer Women's yarn itself is online. I've gotten lots of emails from people telling me they've seen it. And my friend of mine that crochets a lot in Parker, where we used to live in Colorado, they said the Parker, Colorado has it. And I was like, oh my word. So anyway, that's the talk of that. I did want to mention something. I'm going to talk about our mystery crochet along. And I was really surprised by the negativity because it was a mystery. Because the reality of it is, by Friday, you're going to be able to see the whole thing. And if you don't want to do it until after this week, it's okay because the videos and the pattern and the pictures will always be there. Okay? So, I want to show you part of the finished owl, okay? We're doing a Santa owl squishy, and it's big. Mine measures about 20 inches tall and about 32 inches around, okay? And I say about because really if you stuff it more, it's going to be fatter, And so, anyway, I'm not bringing up the fact that people are complaining to complain. I just want you to know that if it's not going to work for you or you don't want to buy the materials until you see it, that's okay. I am totally okay with that. All right. So On step 1, we began by making the body of the owl, and then we started to change colors. Step 2 is going to come out tomorrow. We're going to finish the top of the owl. We're going to stuff it and then do the top. And then we're going to make eyes. We're going to make not ears. We're going to make wings and then eyes and then the beak as well in step 2. Hang on one second. Oh, I just saw that. Yes. Craft Secret is Hobby Lobby. I think it's Craft Smart that's at Walmart or Michael's. You know, I could get online and look. All right, are you ready for this? All right, everybody close your eyes. I'm just kidding. All right, I'm going to scoot my chair back a little bit. Are you ready for how big this is? Okay. Okay. Is that not huge? And it's so squishy. Okay. So that gives you an idea of how big the owl is. Okay. That's a sneak peek of tomorrow's step 2 video. I've already got a lot of the segments filmed. I just need to take a few pictures and do some editing. I'm super excited about this crochet along because it's super fun. It is super fun. And I've had a lot of messages about, do I have to make it in those colors? Not at all. As a matter of fact, one of my testers made it all in browns and beiges, kind of similar to this blanket behind me. And hers turned out super cute. And it really doesn't matter what color you make your owl. You can even make your hat that we're going to do on step 3. We're going to make a Santa hat to go on the owl. You could do that in blues and whites. You could do it in purple and silver. Remember, this is for you or whoever you want to give it to. Okay? I forgot to tell you, Rita, I'm sorry. I forgot to tell you, open your eyes. Do you need to see it again? Is that not hilarious? I'm going to tell you, this works up super fast, okay? Because we're using that big chunky number 6 yarn. We're using double crochet stitches. And I did have one question. The body of the owl is all stitched in double crochet stitches. And one of the ladies that is making hers asked if she could do it in linked double crochets. And that's where you add that extra loop. Normally, I would probably say yes. But because this yarn is so thick, you end up with little bumps, because I did try it before I answered her question. I just did a row of double crochets with the yarn. This is the yarn that I'm using, and that's all I got left. And you can try it if you want to. You can do the linked double crochet because it makes, smaller holes if you want to. I did not like the way it left a little bump on every row. It'll add a little extra texture if you want to do it that way, though. Okay, so yesterday we did step 1. Tomorrow, step 2. Step 3 is Thursday, and Friday, when we do our Friday fun day, we're going to finish everything up because it's going to be fun, okay? Now, you're probably wondering, what am I going to do with the videos that I didn't get to use last week when I was sick? We'll do them next week. Don't worry. I got stuff planned for you. All right. So you guys are asking about the chair behind me. Would it work with homespun? It will. But one thing to remember, homespun is a lot softer. And I think you're talking about the owl. Homespun is a lot softer, doesn't hold its shape as well. So it may be a little floppier. So keep that in mind. Maybe stitch a little tighter. But homespun, you want to stitch loose with it. But give it a try and let me know how it works. All right, the blanket that's behind me, I am making for my husband. It's not completely finished. Let's see if I can give you a look at it. This is the yarn that I'm using. This is I'm sitting on the string because it's still attached. This is Hobby Lobby Yarn Bee Sugar Wheel. The color is called Go-Go Cocoa. It's absolutely gorgeous yarn. And I'm making this for my husband to put on his recliner because he can't sit in his recliner without one or both of the dogs wanting to sit on top of him. and so he likes to put a blanket on top of him and let the dog sit on his legs. But the blanket that he's been using is mine, that I use on my massage chair, because when the dogs sit on me, when I sit in the massage chair to stretch out my back, the dogs want to sit on top of me, because, we have Rosie and Max, our Chihuahuas. So I want my blanket back. But the truth is, I haven't made up a name for this blanket yet. And so I thought you could look at it. It's got bars of front post double crochets. It's got shells, simple shells. And it's a 4-row repeat, because it's not all shells. Some of it is V stitches, and you can, let me see if I can show you right here. It's got a simple shell, then a small shell. It's got a 3 double crochet shell, and then a V stitch, and it alternates between those 4. And I wanted to do that to give a little bit of texture, so it didn't all look exactly the same. So anyway, yes, my husband is a blanket thief. Or am I the blanket thief? I don't care. So anyway, what did she say? My hubby has put me on a buy yarn ban. My husband knows better than that. That's the whole reason I have commercials on my blogs and on my YouTube, is so I can make a little cash so that I can keep it going, so I can buy more yarn. It's like this big vicious circle. Although my husband is wonderful when it comes to yarn. I love taking him with me because he can pick out the best colors. He knows how to put colors together, and I don't know how he knows that. And I'm always putting things together, and I'm like, And then he'll go, oh, no, get this one. I'm like, yes. He is really good. And he enjoys going with me from time to time. He doesn't go all the time. The other one that's really good at helping me find colors is my granddaughter, Zoe. Most kids hate going Hobby Lobby and looking at yarn or looking at the yarn, at other places. She enjoys it because she knows I enjoy it, and she knows she gets things sometimes too. So any hoozy. Let me know what you think. What do you think? What was that? You could call it the lapdog blanket. That would be hilarious. I was looking for something a little bit warmer, though. I didn't want to call it a warm lap. That would be weird. It does, Rita. She said it reminds her of different shades of coffee. Let's see. We've got pumpkin spice, latte, dark. Oh, maybe I could call it shades of coffee instead of shades of gray. I like that. I'm going to write that down before I forget. Shades of coffee. All right. That's my number 1 so far, okay? What is that? My husband didn't want to take me to Joann's, so ordered online. Way to go, Joyce. I do love some of the brands at Joann's, that Twist and some of the other ones. They're really nice yarns, and they always have a huge selection of things that you cannot find. I mean, they do. I need to make another trip to Joann's, or a trip to Joann's now that we're here. Maybe I can talk my daughter or my daughter-in-law into taking me over there. I don't drive highways anymore. I cannot do the merging and all that stuff. I know it's crazy, but I just can't do it. It scares me half to death. Alrighty, so, that's another good one, Rita. Coffee and cream. Oh, man, I'm going to write that down, too. Coffee and cream. All right, the pattern for this is going to be out probably 2 weeks. I'm right before Thanksgiving. All right, I think my sinus bill's wearing off because I'm getting jittery. All right, everyone, I'm going to let you go. But remember, step 2 tomorrow on our big O mystery crochet along with our big O owl squishy. All righty. I'll see you all next week, all right? get your supplies together and let me see how far you've gotten on your mystery crochet along. Bye-bye now.